Let go of perfectionism. Oh, we're groaning right here in the front. Oh, ask me anything but that. But I'm telling you, perfectionism is a killer. It is a killer. It can drive you crazy, and it can also backfire on you. I used to have a friend who lived in another town who was perfect. You know, we know people like this, right? She looked perfect. Her hair was perfect, even on a day like this. Her clothes were perfect. Her house was perfect. Her kids were perfect. Her husband was perfect. Just ask her. He's perfect. So one Sunday morning, they had gone to church, and her two sons and her husband were sitting on the row with them. And of course, these kids are in church, so they had to be what? Perfect. And the way that you keep them quiet is to give them something to do, right? So during the service, the youngest son began to get a little bit bored. And so he went, "Mom, hey, Mom." And she'd say, "Shh, be quiet. Mom, hey, psst, give me a pencil." She said, "Okay, just a minute." So she passes her purse over and she says, "Just find it." So he starts digging through her purse. Some of you are already ahead of me, aren't you? And the next thing she knows, he has pulled out a tampon. And he is pretending that it is a little rocket. He shot that rocket, and it went sailing over the shoulder of the man who was sitting in front of him. And so my perfectionist friend did anything that a perfect person would do. She turned around and she said, "Where did that come from?" You gotta let go of perfectionism. It can drive you crazy. And it can also create a lot of stress, particularly when you're going through a lot of changes in your life and in your work.